Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to start by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodesh. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. And peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, pushing this word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom, shalom. This your brother Corner Watts with the Great Millstone Charlotte Camp. Come with another quick lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And just really quick, man, just touching on geopolitics right now. We see, tensions escalating over there in the Middle East, right? And again, all eyes are on Amalek, man, right? Now, in this lesson, I wanted to get into the escalation of war, right? Because this is what we're seeing right now. This back and forth between the two. You know, Israel struck Iran, Iran rebutted, and now we're seeing the globe really is looking to see how these Israelis are going to respond, man, right? And then that's going to be a what's the word? A major indicator, right, on how these tensions are going to unfold, in the coming months, to a year, right, between the two, because we understand through prophecy, man, right? Amalek isn't backing down, right? Common sense would tell you to, work toward peace agreements and things of that nature, right? But the Lord has His Spirit, on these kings, right? Proverbs 25:1, right? We'll grab that, Lord willing. But the point being, everyone's watching to see how these Amalekites react, because they understand that World War III is becoming ever more and more present, man. You know. But I wanted to start here with this just a little clip out of this video, right? Esau he be bringing some stuff out, but he made some good points, right? So I'm gonna let this play, and then we'll get into the scriptures. Fair use.
And a couple of other people about our own plans and what we were doing. And a lot of people said, well, is this the end? Is this it? Is this World War III? And I said, no, you have to really watch and wait. And that's what we're at right now, a watch and wait period. It is bad. Don't get me wrong. Israel has been attacked. The U.S. government has a pact to back up Israel. They will fulfill this agreement, but whatever was said between Biden and Netanyahu yesterday stopped Israel from immediately, at that time, reacting with a massive, major attack against Iran. They're going to take out Iran's nuclear power plants. They're probably going to take out the areas that Iran has stored their nuclear material. This is going to cause a radioactive emergency in the Middle East. Other Middle Eastern countries are going to see this as an attack upon their own territory. They're going to make their own plans and procedures. They're probably going to attack Israel, and then America is going to have to come to Israel's aid. This is far from over. What I did yesterday in my then, remember, if this happened.
That's the point, man. Right? Everyone's watching to see, right, how Amalek, makes their next move, man. Right? And like you said, the U.S. is right there, backing them. Right? Now they uh, they quelled some of that briefly, right? But we understand that. Let's get it. Go ahead and get it real quick. Jeremiah 50:45. It reads, "Therefore hear ye the counsel of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, that He hath taken against Babylon." Right, Babylon the Great. America. Right, and His purposes that He hath proposed against the land of the Chaldeans. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out, right? And that's Amalek, right? The least of the flock. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them, right? Because they're going to ultimately lead, everyone into this nuclear war, man, right? Because as Israel, as we understand, they're going to continue to attack Iran. Iran is going to call upon Russia, right? As things intensify, the United States is going to have to get involved. Salakia. But the U.S. is going to have to get involved, right? And these, as this continues to prolong, right, nuclear war is becomes ever more and more, what's the word, of a possibility, right? Which is a guarantee according to the scriptures, man. You know, verse 46. At the noise of the taking of Babylon, the earth is moved. Right, come that nuclear war. Right, that nuclear warfare, the nuclear fire that's going to spread across right Babylon and over there in Israel, man. Right, the earth is going to be moved. It's going to be shaken. The scriptures tell us it shall reel to and fro. Right, and the cry is heard among the nations. Right, and like it says here, um, in the NLT, the earth will shake with the shout. Babylon has been taken, and its cry of despair will be heard around the world. Right, now, let's go into this real quick. Now, this is the off of the U.S. Naval Institute going into the escalation of war. Right, and this is what we're seeing taking place over there in the Middle East. You know, uh, Israel attacked Iran, right, and killed some of their generals. And Iran sent a response. Right now, we're in the midst of waiting and watching to see how Israel responds, man. Right now, this is it just reads here, escalation of war has come to mean an increase in scope or violence of a conflict, either deliberate or unpremeditated, until it may finally, until it may mount finally to the fullest fury attainable with existing military forces. And what's that full attainable force, man? That full fury is the nuclear warheads, man. Iran has nukes. Russia has nukes. Babylon the Great America has nukes. Israel has nukes, right? All these nations involved. China has nukes, right? Let the weak say I'm strong, as the scriptures say, man. Right? They can't go around bullying these nations anymore. So everyone has nuclear arsenals, and we're seeing the escalation, right, getting more and more intense. You know, Israel's next attack has to be, to the next level. They have to push it higher, right? Like I said earlier, it would be wise for them to seek some diplomatic peace, right? But that's not what the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai has intended, man. You know, we understand that he's coming to bring war on the earth, right? To destroy these heathen nations, man, and chiefly Esau, Edom, and his hegemony, starting with Babylon the Great, and then those imposters out there in the land of Israel, man. But getting this real quick, uh, Salakia. This is Proverbs 21 and verse 1. It reads, "The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord," right? Going into his mind, right? The Hebrew word la'ab, going into your mind. It reads, "The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will." Right? So the Lord controls, all these things, man. Right? His influence is the only influence in the earth. Right? He's making the moves. He's the reason why these diplomatic relations and tensions are going to continue to mount. Right? He's the reason why the escalation of war, right, is going to, like it says, it's going to increase in scope and in violence. Right? So it's going to involve more and more people, and it's going to continue to grow more and more violent, man. Right, between these nations, and the least of the flock, Amalek, is the spearhead, right? And they're going to use and draw Babylon the Great into this, man. Right, and let me get this real quick, get this definition, right? Because let's see here, yep, it says they're going to draw them out, right? It says here for draw. It says to cause to move after or toward one by applying continuous force, right? And this is what Benjamin Not a Jew and his contemporaries are doing right now, man. They're applying continuous force, right, to the the American military, right, trying to pull them into this, man, right? And this, as prophecy states, it's going to happen, right? It says, let me see what else. To move or pull so as to cover or uncover something, to bring about deliberately, provoke, right? That's what's taking place, man. They're continuing to poke the bear, right? They understand that they need uh, the U.S.'s help in order to fight Iran, but uh, it's like they understand they need the U.S.'s help to fight Iran because they know they can't take them on one, right? So they're going to continue to poke at them, continue to prod at them, and play the victim. You know, that's why they're holding off right now on their attacks. But we know they're planning something, man. Right? Continuing on in this article, it says escalation of war has come to mean an increase in scope or violence of a conflict, either deliberate or unpremeditated, until it may mount finally to the fullest fury attainable within existing military forces. The term came into wide use concurrently with the emergence of nuclear arms as the dominant weapons of war, right? Because that's the final escalation. That's the last level, right? That's the last notch you can reach, right? Is to fire off those nukes, right? And we already know that the mutually assured destruction is is how these men are playing right now, man. Right? They just nobody wants to be the first, to fire these things off. But it's all the Lord's will at the end of the day, man. Right? This is the purpose. This is the purpose that He's proposed. Right? Let me see if we can get that. Um, so Isaiah. Let's see. Isaiah 14 and 24. This is Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 24. It reads, "The Lord of hosts hath sworn, saying, Surely I have thought, so it shall come to pass." Right? This is the Lord's will that we're seeing taking place, man. And nothing's going to get in the way of that. So shall it come to pass. And as I have purposed, so shall it stand. Right? So he made a decision, right? He made the plan. He set things in order. He said to come forth. And they're going to happen in the exact order and fashion that he set forth, man. Right? That's why we see, you know, uh, things might get tense for a little while, then die down, right? Because other prophecy has to take place, man. We still have the mark of the beast that has to be implemented, man, right? So we can't get into all out war, right? And have nuclear threat, without the MOTB being in place first, man, right? It says that I will break the Assyrian in my land and upon my mountains, tread him underfoot. Then shall his yoke depart from off them, and his burden depart from off their shoulders. This is the purpose that is proposed upon the whole earth, and this is the hand that is stretched out upon all the nations, right? So the Lord He's moving these chess pieces, man. He's making these decisions. Nobody else, right? That's why sometimes you see things take place that don't make sense to to the regular mind, man, right? But when you're thinking prophetically, when you're thinking how the Lord would how the Lord is moving these things around, man, you understand, right? It says, "For the Lord of hosts hath proposed, and who shall disannul it? And his hand is stretched out, and who shall turn it back?" Right? So nobody's going to be able to change these plans, man, right? Now, I wanted to get this because we're seeing dissension among the ranks of these Amalekites, right? Now, this is off of the original article is off the Wall Street Journal, but this is just a repost in politicalwire.com. It reads, Israel's war leaders don't trust each other. 6 months into the conflict against Hamas, the Israeli public is deeply divided about how to win the war in the Gaza Strip. So too are the three top officials in the war cabinet, meant to foster unity in that effort, right? So we're seeing division in all of Esau's militaries, man, right? We had division in the Russian ranks, we got division in the Babylonian American ranks, we got division in the Israeli ranks, man. So all these all these Edomites, right, are bickering amongst each other, man, right? Because they don't know uh, They have differing opinions, man, and they don't trust each other, right? Because they're all, backstabbing devils. You know, it says long simmering grudges and arguments over how to best fight Hamas have soured relations between Israel's wartime decision makers, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, Salakia, Defense Minister Yoav Gallant, and the former head of the Israeli military Benny Gantz. The three men are at odds over the biggest decisions they need to make: how to launch a decisive military push, free Israel's hostages, and govern the post-war strip. Israel's war cabinet is locked between restraint and revenge, and what we're about to see, right, is the Lord put that spirit of revenge on them, man, right? Because that's the way this escalation has to continue, right? It can't go back down, right? It has to continue to get higher and higher, and it's ultimately going to push into the nuclear war. You know, that's how the escalation of war is. There's no turning back, right? Russia has already put themselves in a position where they can't turn back. Right now, these Israelis are about to put them into a situation where they can't turn back, and in doing so, America is going to be deeply involved, right, in these wars, man. Right? Let's see, was that it? We'll get another scripture and we'll close out. Salakia. I had another definition I wanted to get, but I think that was it. We'll go to. Mhm. Now this is just going into that article, Matthew 12 and 25. It reads, "And Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, Every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation." And so all these kingdoms of these Edomites are divided, man, right? And they've always been divided, right? There's always been bickering, there's always been infighting, right? And these things are just being brought uh, to the light, man, to the forefront, right? For prophecy's sake, because it's the spirit of the Lord that's causing dissensions amongst the ranks, man. It says, "Every kingdom divided against itself shall be brought or is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand." So the house of Esau is ultimately going to collapse, man. Right? Everything that they've built, the foundation of lies that they've established, is all going to come tumbling down. Right? Verse 26. "And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand?" And it can't. There's no way, right? You see these military officials going back and forth about how to respond. I'm sure when the response is either too intense or not violent enough, right? There's going to be uproars. You know, that's why the escalation of war is what it is, because you can't get attacked and then go at them lighter, man. You have to continue to up the ante, right? You have to continue to push the envelope. There's no going back, right? Tuck and tail, and we understand that's the pride of Esau, Edom, right? But like the scriptures tell us, the pride of thy hearts has deceived thee. So they're gonna walk themselves into the trap that Yahweh Bashem Yahushua has set for them, man. Right? Now I'll just read this in the NLT real quick, and then we'll close out. Matthew 12 and 25. Yahushua knew their thoughts and replied, "Any kingdom divided by civil war is doomed." And we're seeing that in Babylon. We're seeing that in with the military leaders of Israel, right? Those Israelis. A town or family splintered by feuding will fall apart. Mhm. And if Satan is casting out Satan, he is divided and fighting against himself. His own kingdom will not survive. And that's the point, man. Right? In the midst of all this Edomite hegemony, right? Esau's kingdom will not survive. Right? It will be turned to ashes. Right? A lake of fire. Right? Every remnant, every thought, every imagination will be destroyed. Right? And it will be replaced with righteousness, man. You know? So every idea of Esau Edom is about to be destroyed, man. His whole kingdom will not survive. And we're watching the tensions in the Middle East. You know, everything that's built up, right? That snowball effect is about to take place, and the escalation of war, is a major part of that, man. Right. So again, all eyes are on Amalek. The world is watching. Right. Everyone's trying to see what they're gonna do. Right. Because they know, they're about to push the envelope, man. Right. The time period may not, they may take their time in doing so, right? But eventually it's going to happen, man. And it's prophecy that tells us that, right? And that's what we have faith and belief in, man, because these things must take place in order for us to get to the kingdom, man, right? For Yahweh Shah to make his appearance and to get us out of here, you know? So, points been made. I pray the listeners edify through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Shema Shai. I want to close by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, pushing this word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom, shalom. Hey, Kwame Asharala. We almost home. Shalom.